So, before I even start talking about what I'm going to be covering, yes, I am a squeaker, and I acknowledge that. And secondly, if you're a part of the Low Gang, or whatever, and then you're probably not going to agree with some of the things that I say. Because you are most likely in denial, and cannot accept any/take any criticism, and will cower behind stupid arguments that you're irrelevant, or you're dumb because I'm right and you're wrong. You know, that kind of crap. Okay, so if you're on the Low Gang, just grab your juice box, take a seat, and just have a listen. Okay, right. So I had a think. I was having to think, and I thought, hey, Logan Paul and Jake Paul are like a bit douchey. So just decided I'd make a video on them. And so this is going to be the first part. Probably I might put this into multiple parts, or I might just do them one whole session thingamajig. But anyway, let's get started. So 1, money whore. Logan Paul and Jake Paul will squeeze any bloody amount of like the pennies out of their viewers. Like when they do something and they're being a dickhead when they do it, they know what they're doing and why it's wrong, but they still do it anyway. It's like that one like fat toxic kid on Xbox Live, except now there's 2 of them, and they are somehow worse. And well, they're real, and you have to deal with them in real life, and they affect your real life because you can't. All you hear left and right when you're at high school is just, oh, Logan Paul this and Logan Paul that and Jake Paul this and Jake Paul, and they just fucking boosting his ego into immeasurable and infinite levels. So, back on topic. When it came to, let's just take the suicide virus video for example, because that's easy to talk about. When Logan Paul was filming that, he expected to find a dead body, because it would get him views and moolah. And since he knows how the algorithm works, it helped him, because it got onto trending. Because the way that trending works is that when news articles report on a video that is on YouTube, it is considered trending and therefore goes on the trending page, which in theory is a good idea because, you know, there's actual good people, believe it or not. But for the most part, they only cover controversy, and therefore a video where this slimy human being goes into a forest, finds a dead body, and films it and laughs about it, gets on the trending tab for people who are way too young to see actual dead bodies. See, and he doesn't give a single flying fucking shit, because all he wants is those sweet, sweet dollars. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting money. There is nothing wrong with wanting money. I mean, I want money, for fuck's sake. But it's the intentions and the ways that you get money. For example, if you get money from doing a job, then I think you have the right to have money. Especially if it's a really crappy job, like working at a phone center or some crap. But if you want money just because you're a lazy piece of shit who can't do anything or contribute to society, then you're a bit of a dickhead. And I think that Logan and Jake Paul go under this dickhead category. Because all they do is entertain edgy teens and just make trends that are overall just useless and don't affect me in the slightest. Excluding the annoyance of high school and just people just chanting that Logan Paul's gonna kick KSI's ass, which, by the way, he isn't. Just saying. So yeah, I guess this concludes part 1. Part 2. His fan base. Now, I'm looking at Logan Paul's fan base in particular, because by God, they are more cancerous and toxic than the YouTube Fortnite community. And I wish I was joking and or over-exaggerating when I say that, but I'm not. They are, like, their community is completely comprised of either soccer mums, which probably makes up 0.01% of it, or just teenagers and kids who shouldn't be watching their content. Now, these kids, by God, they act their age. In fact, I would argue that they act like a bunch of 5-year-olds. Even the 5-year-olds act like 5-year-olds, that's expected. But people who the same age as me and above act like children. They act like children. And so, you could throw any criticism at them about why what they like is wrong. Whether it be how much of a cunt he is, how much of a money whore he is, how much of an expletive piece of shit he is, how much of a douchebag he is, how much of a disrespectful twat he is. And they'll just go, no, you're irrelevant, or some shit like that. And although, I guess I am irrelevant, you're still not any better. Like, if you're calling me irrelevant, then you're irrelevant too. Like, if PewDiePie was calling me irrelevant, I guess technically I'd be irrelevant because it's fucking PewDiePie. But PewDiePie is relevant because for obvious reasons. But if some random bastard who has like 13 followers on Twitter and whose parents don't even care about them call me like irrelevant, they're obviously trying to compensate for just having parents that don't love them, or that they just overall just a negative cunt who needs to go and jump off a cliff and commit Sudoku. But I digress. So, part 3. Disrespectful piece of just asshole. Now, why do I say this? Well, this mainly goes for Jake Paul. And I don't like, when it comes to me personally, I don't think going around like yelling, being a public enemy, and, well, I don't know, setting fires inside of empty pools in very populated neighborhoods is very respectful or normal. And yet again, it's only for the views, it's only for the money. Like, they're so fucking rich that it doesn't, like, they don't need this, but they still do. And then what do they use their money on? Absolutely fucking nothing, except for when they do something stupid and they donate to a charity, which just makes them look even more stupid. Now, I agree that donating money to charity is a good thing, but yet again, it's the reason behind it. If you're doing it just to cover your ass, then yay, money for charity, but boo, you're still a cunt. If you're donating money to charity because you actually genuinely want to help the people that, like, that charity is in question is supporting, then you're good. You're a good person. Like, you don't have to donate to a charity to be a good person, but yet again, I digress. And, well, yeah, that's it, really. They're just disrespectful twats who just abuse their powers. Now, I think part 4, is it part 4? Yes, part 4. So, part 4.